Hey everyone, welcome back to Lawfren and वीडियो का टाइटल देख के फिर से समझ आ ही गया होगा किस चीज़ के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं. I checked a lot of copies and I realized a lot of you are missing a very important point. Essays in comparison to your legal answer writing are very mark fetching. Still, a lot of you are not able to complete the essay on time, or even if you do complete the essay on time, the standard is very low. The quality of the writing is very low. And for that matter, I have come with this video. The essence of this video is, as already mentioned here, in this video we will discuss 5 proven ways to boost your NLSAT essay score from somewhere around 3, 4, 2 to somewhere on the upper side of 10, 10, 11, 12 plus is my goal. Got it? So yes, let's start with the video. But one thing that I need you to know is that these 5 proven ways are not exhaustive. These are the 5 first ways. पहले ये 5 चीजें करो, उसके बाद बाकी चीजें करोगे. Got it? And proven ways because these are not completely experimental. This is not something that I came up with right now. These ways I have been preaching for the past 2 years, and your rankers, your under 10 rankers, under 50 rankers, under 100 rankers, the people who you see currently excelling at NLSIU have followed these ways. And even if you go and see their interviews and testimonies on our YouTube channel, you will see that they have endorsed these ways too. So without any further ado, let's get going. First of them, the first of all these ways is to understand. My bad. Understand what they ask you from. What do they want you to do? What is demanded from you? Understand this entire exam does not see that how good of a solution you can propose. Because understand, you through this exam want to become an advocate, not a bureaucrat. This is not UPSC. These are not UPSC essays that want you to analyze the problem and give a solution that is suitable to the most of the general public. They want you to analyze the problem, critically analyze the same, and create arguments from one of the sides, and create arguments in such a way that are unbreakable. Which means that they also want you to expect what the other side's argument can be and rebut them in one go. So it is very understand that you understand that you very understand that you imbibe into yourself what are you going to write and how are you going to write, how are you going to present your points. The essay need not be descriptive, it needs to be argumentative. The essay should have arguments in them, the tone should be like that, the spirit of the essay should be like that. Got it? Because as advocates you are not bureaucrats to whom orders are given and you need to follow orders, and in the pursuit of the same, if there is any problem, find a solution for the same. As advocates you need to the skill of advocacy demands the skill of argumentation. You need to point out flaws, you need to generate probable lacunas in the current status quo, and you need to attack them. You need to bring them up, you need to bring out problems, and that is very important. And this is the tip number 1, because you need to understand. A lot of you don't understand what we are demanding from you out of the essay. A lot of you go ahead and give me a brief summary of what has been happening in the society with respect to a particular topic that has been given, or a brief summary, factual data loaded summary. We do not want that. We do not want a summary, we do not want a solution. We want arguments, pure arguments on what has been going on, novel arguments on what element of this has gone unnoticed. We want that. And how will you do that? Because a very go-to thing that we have learned for essay writing is throughout our schools also is go ahead and explain everything. Essays means you explain everything. No, you do not go ahead and explain everything. You do not go ahead and vomit facts over there. What you need to do there is create arguments from a perspective. You cannot argue for the entirety of the society as a whole, because the entirety of society does not exist, they do not have a consensus on one point, on one issue. So you need to characterize your stakeholders. You need to tell that how these stakeholders are going to be impacted. You need to tell a particular issue, Bihar SIR elections happening. You need to, out of that, you cannot say the society at stake, because society also has politicians, they also have businessmen, and a lot of different CA are involved. If you go ahead and argue from the entire society, the society in itself has different organs. There are capitalist organs, there are socialist organs, there are working class people. So you need to choose a strata of society for whom you are going to argue. You will choose a strata of society, You will argue from their perspective and you will argue from their interest. And what are the interests? What are the metric of the interest that you're going to argue? How is the present status quo and how is the present proposition of the status quo is going to impact them on three different levels, three different metrics. Firstly, the economic metric. Secondly, the political metric. Thirdly, the social metric. इकोनॉमिक मेट्रिक पर कैपिटा इनकम आ जाएगा, इकोनॉमिक मेट्रिक में तुम्हारा स्पेंडिंग आ जाएगी, तुम्हारा डिफरेंट एमिनिटीज का ये आ जाएगा, पॉलिटिकल मेट्रिक में तुम्हारी आ जाएगी वो सब चीजें, योर पॉलिटिकल आइडेंटिटी, योर पॉलिटिकल स्टैंड पॉइंट, सोशल मेट्रिक, कास्ट, जेंडर, all of those will come in the social metric. So you need to tell that if this thing goes through, if whatever the decision is that you're going to argue against or for goes through, your specific strata of the society and how will they be facing, what brunt will they be facing, and how will they be suffering and how will they be uplifting, feeling uplifted, वो तुम्हें argue करना है, वो दिखाना है तुम्हें. You need to have someone, you need to have a stakeholder. A lot of the essays are very hollow in the sense that they don't have any stakeholder. In the end, after reading the entire essay, मैं समझ ही, I cannot reach a verdict because I do not know from whose side are you arguing. Thirdly, is a very important thing, guys. Please read more. The essays are very hollow. In the sense of context, the essays are very hollow. It is as if you do not know a lot of stuff. Pardon, because it feels as if you do not know a lot of stuff and you are just going ahead and making up stuff, writing the, because again time kam hota hai. For the paucity of time, you write the same line in 3 different versions 5 different times. Read more stuff. And what do you read? You need to be very specific while you read. Firstly, read the editorials of newspapers. Read argumentative essays and news articles. And when you read these, do you read this in a very generalistic sense? No, because most of the editorials will come up in a very political flair. They will have a political flair in the same. We do not need that. We do need that, but we do not need solely that. So, what are the various topics that you need to read, essays you need to read editorials on? For that, you need to have a very good understanding of these themes. The theme of caste, the modern theme of artificial intelligence, the theme of gender, are the very basic theme of rule of law, evolution of law, why law needs to be followed, what is law. I gave a essay in some AIMT relating to this legal debate only. A lot of you could not define law. What is law? What is law? Mandate of the society, sanctioned by the state. You need to have a very good understanding of the definitions of law, how law evolved, what is rule of law, Lochner era. You need to understand what is constitutionalism. These are the very core fundamental concepts of law. You need to, even after if you set that aside, social justice movement, caste, annihilation of caste, class, how artificial intelligence is affecting the job market, the economic sphere, or that aside, the personal sphere, private sphere, the gender politics, feminism. You do not have ideas on any of those. You do not have, because these essential themes are very much missing in your essays. The very reason आज के दिन NLSAT के essays में 75 से the highest score goes in somewhere in 40s is because of this only. Because we have very fundamentally flawed understanding of what is being demanded out of essays. So please read a lot in these areas. And once you read, write a lot. वो तो ये तो substantive बात है, वो हो गई. Procedural बात पे आता है. The reason you are not able to complete your essay on time is because you do not have a very good way of writing. Essay में you cannot go ahead and create ideation, create structure, all of that in the 5-7 minutes that has been given to you. That is why in my class lectures I always give a formula that ये ऐसे 4 boxes बनाओ, 4 boxes में ऐसे का content fill करो. The 4 boxes, this is not the IRAC box, this is very separate, essay specific. There is a very separate structure that I preach, that there are 4 boxes in every essay. 4 boxes deal with 4 different skill sets and have 4 different headings. Essay में heading भी दिया करो यार. Heading, subheading is very necessary for essay. ये तो school के box से बताते हैं. So please focus on that too. Coming back to this, 4 boxes. 1 box will tell that how effectively do you gauge the topic. 1 box will tell that how effectively have you dissected the topic. 1 box will tell that how novel your ideas are in the topic. 4th will tell that even after all this, what is the conclusion that you have reached. These will give us a very good understanding. The people who are checking a very good understanding of if you have the necessary skill set, you have that or not, that is demanded out of you. Understand कि 40 mark, if you scored somewhere in the 40s, you are already in the top 10s or top 15s in NLSAT. Out of this, you have a very good chance of scoring straight 13 marks in essay. Then why are you missing that chance? Got it? So yes, pay very pay attention to essay writing. And once you have done all these four very fundamental, you have worked a lot on these fundamental topics, come to value addition material. VAM stands for value addition material. Value addition material is something that I very thoroughly preach throughout my lectures, throughout my notes. Value addition material is you're going to write legal essays. Get it? Legal argumentative essays. Legal यहाँ पे word तुम्हें कहीं मिलेगा नहीं. But you need to pay excess focus on that, because understand the people who will be checking these essays are part of the legal academia. There is a specific set of things they will be expecting from you. The stakeholder analysis, जैसे मैंने बोला, they will be expecting from you to analyze, to have some kind of stakeholder in your essay and analyze their how the entire situation is affecting their rights, how the entire situation is affecting their civil liberties. That is something that you need to inculcate in the social ambit of the same. The social, political, economic ambit मैंने बोली, उस social ambit में you need to inculcate that. So yes, value addition material होता क्या है? Past judgments, very important rulings, Puttaswamy judgment, Maneka Gandhi judgment. That aside, important committee reports, the Ranganath committee report, the Tikanath committee report. These are the various things that you need to understand, and you need to have some. I am not telling you to read them in entirety, but तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए कि these are the very monumental steps in the development of India. You need to read some kind of, because given that the sole reason that we have batches starting this early is because you need to have very good fundamental in this. You need to have in this peer, you need to know the opinions of different jurists. You need to know the Supreme Court, how the Supreme Court is functioning, how decisions have been happening in the Supreme Court. So read some books. If you ask me, I will suggest S.S. Muralidhar's book, The Incomplete Justice book, Supreme Court at 75. Pick up that book, read it. You will learn a lot of things. Or Justice P.N. Bhagwati's book. Read books. So yes, I think this lecture has more of been a rant from my side, but that is also very justified, because essay writing is something in which you have a very good chance of leaping miles, not even a mile, leaping miles over your competitors in the part B of NLSAT. So focus a lot on that. And for that matter also, Lawfren has its own dedicated, I don't think any other coaching has that. We have our own very dedicated material on essay writing. We have 6 modules of essay writing handbooks. And I would thoroughly suggest you to go through our website and join in our course, even the ये courses, to go through this module. And if you want a demo of them, पहले 2-3 module we can make it available to you for free of cost. If you want a demo of those module, nothing, just go in the comment section, write essay writing handbook in the comment section and mention your mail ID. We will mail the same to you. Got it? And yes, so in this lecture, as I said, I gave you 5 very important tips on how you can improve your essay writing score, your NLSAT essay score from somewhere around this bracket of 3, 4, 5. 5 to is a decent score, 3, 4, 5, to the extreme of 12s. And these 5 ways are non-exhaustive. These are non-exhaustive. There are a lot of ways. My 6 modules that I have meticulously drafted with other course instructors has a lot of other ways through which you can improve. So yes, go to the comment section, write essay writing handbook and give your mail ID in the same. We will be mailing you the same. That aside, guys, this is Surya from Lawfren. I hope you really enjoyed this lecture. Go through other videos, keep practicing, keep writing, and yes, take care. And as I always say, aim to be.
Are you preparing for 3-year LLB entrance exams but feeling overwhelmed and unsure where to start? Do you struggle with finding the right resources, guidance and clarity, all in one place? Tired of institutions selling just mock tests or rebranding old materials meant for other exams and charging a fortune for it? Introducing Lawfren, your one-stop solution for 3-year LLB entrance exams. Lawfren brings you cutting-edge tools to supercharge your preparation. With our exams portal, you can participate in live All India tests and instantly see your rank, giving you real-time insights into your performance. Practice questions on individual topics, sharpen your skills, and get exam ready with confidence. Lawfren, aim to be.